I hear? What's going on? Please stop the Barry Manilow. The Frankie Goes to Hollywood. I don't belong in hell. What's going on? I'm free. I'm here. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Model Train Outsider, new Series 2. I know it's been a while. Hey, what the heck? Starting a new series without me? Hey, what are you doing here? Knock it off! What am I doing here? This is our show, remember? I'm a part of this, you knucklehead! Stop it! I thought you were finally gone! Why are you back? Because this is our show. You can't do it without me. Then where have you been? Where have I been? Where have I been? You cast me into freaking ethereal purgatory! I've been in an empty realm of nothingness for... What's the date? It's November 2021. November of 2021? You locked me in ethereal hell for 18 months and left me there? You started your live streams and I crashed one, but somehow you were able to block me, and all of a sudden I found myself in a nothingness, an emptiness. Aww. Alone. Isolated. Aww. No one to communicate with. Aww. To talk to. Aww. To interact with. Aww. To annoy. Shut up! So, how are you back? I don't know. I was laying there, forgotten, when all of a sudden there was this noise and a bright light and an ape, and all of a sudden I found myself back in your chair. Just in time to bother me when I thought I was finally free of him. Well, I was never able to completely materialize, but I was able to get into your mind at times. No, you were done away with. I moved on past you. You were just a silly little editing trick I did because originally I was very shy to get in front of the camera and I didn't know how to work it. Don't start that! I'm just a jump edit. I'm just you pretending to be a ghost of 2015. You know that's all a bunch of horse poop. Wait. Did you say horse poop? Yep. That was all me. The parody songs, Matt Clark, all that other silliness you've been doing. That was me, remember? I'm your creative side. You never completely escaped me. No, you were gone. I moved on. Did you? By the way, you look a little different. Did you lose some weight? Yes, I lost more weight. So did he, did you notice? I wonder how that happened. Well, you locked me in purgatory, you sumbitch. It's not exactly like they serve you 3-course meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, do they? Just a coincidence, then. Oh, what the hell's going on now?
Hello? Hello?
What the heck is this?
Distant progenitor of the 21st century. Am I coming through?
What's that? That's him! That's him! That's the ape I saw just before being freed and brought back! That's him!
Oh, so I am coming through then.
Who are you? What are you?
Hello, Bright Eyes and Ghost of Bright Eyes. I am Dr. Zeus Dog.
related to me?
You are the progenitor of the Dodge ape family clan.
I'm what? But how?
Well, your son was a chemist, was he not?
Yes, but...
Well, his son became a biogenetic engineer. In fact, all your grandsons became biochemical engineers.
They do? Cool. But what's that got to do with you?
Well, you see, in your near future, a human named Heath Hurwitz was doing all kinds of bad experiments with different forms of digital and computer control of many different things. And, well, he began mixing these control systems as should never have been done. And unfortunately, he created a sort of artificial intelligence, which we call AI. And, well, over a couple of decades, this AI seeped itself into all forms of human communication and control systems, and, well, it decided to wipe you all out.
Oh, what's that got to do with me? Who's Heath Hurwitz? Hush! Answer my question.
Well, if you stop interrupting me, I might. Now, you see, your sons were all, sometime in that time period, working on finding cures for your various human ailments and diseases.
Well, what happened?
Well, dark experiments were done, terrible things, horrible things, for at least for your time. But, well, long story short, your DNA got mixed in with the first earliest sentient apes, and, well, that makes you my great grandfather.
Your what? No way!
Way? So hi, Padage.
I can't handle this. I can't handle this.
I didn't think they could handle this.
And all I wanted to do was do my show again.
Well, you can. That's why I'm here.
You're here because of my show. You mean our show?
Yes, you see, it is through this genetic link we have that I've been able to tap into you through a time travel machine, if you want to call it that, which I call the Humanist. Now, actually, I was supposed to go to the location of this Heath Hurwitz.
So who's this Heath Hurwitz? I'll tell you later. Go on.
Well, thanks to a screw-up by Professor Dodo, who continues to live up to his name, I've been able to maintain a link to you through a tab I placed on your computer the last time I was here.
But why are you here?
Because I'm extremely fascinated by this hobby you humans had around this time, this digital model train control systems. Because, oddly, through this Heath Hurwitz, it's connected to the eradication of most of your species. And so I thought by maybe coming back here and studying a simpleton such as yourself, then I could slowly move up and understand these control systems, and then eventually learn what this Heath Hurwitz was learning and studying, and what he managed to do, because it might come in useful in this later age of ours, because those giraffes are getting awfully uppity.
So, because of Heath, humanity comes to an end?
Well, not exactly. It's really the AI he created by experimenting with technology he should never have been touching. But in the long run, this AI is the one that finally decided to wipe you all out.
Excuse?
Although, I don't think he's as innocent as we have been led to believe.
Who's Heath Hurwitz? I'll tell you later. Shut up. You theorize Heath was innocent?
Well, he did call himself Humanity Junction. And as anybody with a 5th level education, which I would hope includes you, would understand, a junction is a point where paths cross and diverge. So by saying he was humanity's junction, a point where humanity could have progressed or instead went down the dark path it did.
Wow.
Speaking of dark humanity, is that evil female around, the one with the weapon?
What? What?
You know, a female, perhaps your mate. The one with the weapon. She was quite angry and quite scary.
You mean Joyce? Joyce?
Joyce? Joyce, you said? That was Oma Joyce? Really? Oma Joyce?
Yeah, that was Joyce, my wife. She didn't say anything about meeting you.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, I tell you. You know I have all her albums.
Albums?
Yes, albums. She recorded a lot of train songs. We found the digital files surviving in the desolation that was Toledo.
Wait, Toledo was destroyed in the Holocaust of humanity?
No, Toledo was just always a desolation.
True. But she recorded albums.
Oh, yes, many albums. In fact, I've got most of them. Let's see, there was A Hard Day's Shunt and Abbey Road Station and Tragical Rail Fanning Tour, my favorite.
Excuse me? What? Weren't we here to do a train show? I mean, actually, isn't this supposed to be a model train show?
Oh, yes, I am sorry. I have interrupted your trade show. Speaking of interrupting, I'm hoping my visit hasn't somehow interfered with the space-time continuum and historical timelines.
Find out who Heath Hurwitz is and stop him from destroying humanity.
Yes. So please, get on with your trade show. In fact, that's the whole reason I was tapping in, was just to watch what was going on. So please, continue on your way, and goodbye, Open Dodge.
Wow. That was a lot more information than I needed being freed for the first time in 18 months. Look at the mess you've created. Me? How is this my fault? Your descendants messing around with genetics in the future? Shameful. Hey, if you're me, this is on you. In fact, this is all your fault. Now, how in the hell do you reckon this is my fault? You claim to be my artistic and creative side, don't you? Yeah? So? This is on you. In fact, this is all your fault. How do you figure? Well, I certainly wouldn't have written and created this bizarre, insane episode without my wild and creative, artistic side, now would I? That's why I blocked you the first time. Shit. Well, what's new at the lab? Looks like you haven't done anything since I was last here anyhow. Notice how I quickly shift gears? Well, between you and Dr. Zayas here, this episode's already probably too long and too strange for anybody to want to watch any further. So, why not just give a quick tour of the layout for newcomers and show them what you've done, or most likely haven't done, because it doesn't look like you've done anything. Fine, you have 1 point there, so maybe we'll do that. All right, my layout forms a giant C, so we'll give you a quick scan around first so you get what I'm talking about. forms a giant C. And it is based on the city of Delmenhorst, the city I did my exchange program with. And that is the actual scaled Delmenhorst bus station and train station as it really looks. And then this is slowly building into Delmenhorst, although not exactly the way Delmenhorst looks, as I add other buildings that fit more in the Delmenhorst style. This area is an 8-foot by 12.5-foot section. The command center area, where you can see my Central Station 3, my 2 computer screens, my other computer, my test track and programming track. And another thing we added was this wheel cleaner from Lux. There definitely were cheaper ones out there, but this one is designed for the Miraklin train system. And I will be doing a Miraklin Outsider episode where we look at this as well. And this area is 6 foot by 2.5 foot deep, 30 inches. And then this side is called the Bremen side. It's not as developed. Now, he knew all this. But what I've done since he's been in hibernation is, for years it was a pain in the butt to move around. And I carved, and you can see here where some of the terrain has been removed. I have carved out a access point here so I can now get and work on this area because I need to replace some turnouts in this area. Well, it's about time you did that too. Complained about not being able to reach stuff back there. Finally did it. But also I have added a ton of buildings since he was last around. Okay, you got me there. You do have a lot of new buildings I didn't notice. Big wolf. And other buildings on the other side. But really I haven't done much. And that's my 3D station over there. A 3D printer? Cool! But I suppose it's not being used, is it? I have printed a few buildings, but I'm still trying to get the hang of it. Since he was in hibernation, I built a staging area for some trains over here and down below. We'll go in for a closer look. So I have a 5-lane parking area here for my high-speed trains. My ICEs are off to California. My ICE 1 and ICE 2 are off to California being upgraded. They are due back in the next week and a half. And when I do my look at the fleet video, you'll see more. And then up here, I built a little storage area for my extra trains because I have nowhere to park. Wow! Lots of new trains. He's been doing something. This is Bremen, or going to be Bremen, or Hanover, just a combination. I'm going to be gutting all these platforms here that I hand built and replace them with others that I think look better and will work better in this situation. Of course, the biggest project was something that was 2 years in the making, was right in front of him. Oh, well. Wow, that's pretty cool. Took you long enough. That's been sitting there for 3 years. All right, the Fowler car system is currently not working, but we are going to remodel it. I'm hoping I will be doing it over Christmas break. We are going to put new track in, some new things in, and we're going to set it up that it'll either work as originally planned, or it will work in its basic simplistic form. We wanted to have it digitally controlled. If that doesn't work, I'm going to set it up where it will still work the way I wanted it to work. So we'll see what happens. All right, so Series 2, Episode 1 of the Model Train Outsider has come and gone in places no one would have expected. But anyhow, I plan on doing both shows. I'm bringing back the Miracle Outsider along with the Model Train Outsider. I don't have regular time set. It's going to be more as things arise, but I want to keep these shows fresh again. Lord knows who will pop in. But be that as it may, I'm going to use this episode for the same stuff I always did. Any silliness or news on the update, whether it's the Fowler car system or some rebuilding projects, remodeling projects, lighting projects, whatever projects I may actually someday do. And then the Miracle Outsider I will use to be anything again about the Miracle system. Now, originally the Miracle Outsider was meant to be a one-off, a 10, 12 episode one-off, and then I stretched it further. And I think I'll use it more for, I don't want to say product reviews, but for example, I will be showcasing my new ICE4, as well as going over some other Miracle stuff that I have received or will receive in the last few months, the next few months. And we'll call it that show. So I'll use that one for my trains and any Miracle product that happens to come up I want to talk about. So, anyhow, from the Model Train Outsider, I am Anthony Dodge. And I just want to say, Auf Wiedersehen, tschüss, and happy trains to you. Good night. Goodbye, everybody.